So here's the Steinberger Spirit XT-25, a standard 34-inch scale 5-string bass. I've had this for about 2 years now, but I've never used it on any YouTube videos or live shows before. And that's primarily because I bought it as a travel bass. I typically only rip it out for weekend or week trips where I just want to have something to keep my hands active in practice, but I don't have the space for, or I don't feel comfortable bringing one of my larger and more expensive usual basses. As you can see, it's super small and compact, yet you still get the familiarity of a 34-inch scale length. For a comparison, I'll show it next to a Warwick Thumb, which is already a pretty small bass to begin with. This served me pretty well in State of Illusion, where I could get warmed up before a show in a very cramped but quiet practice space, which was my car. And here it is in the provided gig bag, as well as a hard shell case that I bought from headlessusa.com. It's substantially smaller than a normal gig bagger case, and you can easily put it in your car's passenger seat. I haven't tried taking either one on a plane though, and to be honest, I probably never will. I'm not that big a deal. So obviously it's pretty portable, but I think the benefits stop there. From both an ergonomics and a tone standpoint, it's definitely my least favorite bass to play. And I honestly think it's just a little too small for me to play comfortably. I have to dedicate quite a bit of effort to keeping the thing still, especially when I'm sliding up and down the neck. I never realized how much I rest my forearm on bass bodies until playing this one, where the body is pretty much non-existent. And that results in the bass being literally right up against you. You kind of have to chicken wing your arm backwards and right angle your hand to be able to anchor your thumb comfortably. And even then, my wrist and arm wears out pretty quickly since it's just floating up in the air. I should give Steinberger some credit here though. The little leg rest that flips out is pretty genius. It's stable, and although it's plastic, it doesn't feel cheap, and it makes it more portable. Moving on to the tonal aspects of the Steinberger, well, let's just say it gets the job done. It's kind of uninspiring when compared to my Warwicks and my Stingray, but I knew it's also at a substantially lower price point. But on the other hand, I've played some Warwick rock basses and Ernie Ball Sterling basses, at entry-level basses, that sound better. So here's some sound samples of the Steinberger. So ultimately, would I recommend this to a friend? Well, if traveling and minimizing space is your top priority, then absolutely. I've yet to see anything else on the market that is this compact, yet has a usable 34-inch scale length. However, for pretty much anyone else, I'd say no. There are cheaper budget options in the market that are more comfortable to play and sound better. I've debated selling it off before, as it usually just sits in the case in a corner, but then a random trip pops up where I'm able to get some use out of it and it feels worth it again. I'm not sure I'd feel comfortable buying a used version of this though, probably due to the bridge, just because I can see it getting a little tough to use over time and stiff, and it's not as easy to replace or repair yourself as standard tuning post or a normal bridge. Fortunately, the price of a decent used one is probably pretty close to the price of a new one, so just go with a new one. But yeah, that's the Steinberger Spirit XT-25 for you.